Hello, my name is Desiree Rombouts, and I work as a coach with personal, career, or entrepreneurial questions. And a coach tool that I'm very fond of using is the game of gifts. It's a tool that I can use both online or physical in face-to-face coaching. With this video, I want to explain it to you so you can feel if this coach tool may respond something in you and maybe can help you with your questions. The Game of Gifts is created by Willem Glaudemans. He built it upon a few mainstream ideas, but the most important one is the work of Carl Gustav Jung. And he works with a conscious and unconscious source in yourself. And that is what this Game of Gifts is also built upon. Important other part of the work of Carl Gustav Jung is working with archetypes. And that is also something this game, well, it's not a funny game or something to take lightly. It's a very serious, deep, profound working coach tool that works with the archetypical images that will help you to really make a connection to your unconscious source. So you can, mislead your thinking brain, the critical thinking brain that has always his opinion on all kinds of stuff, but the unconscious source in yourself, the wisdom that is there, is very patient, very loving, and very wise. And that is what this Game of Gifts is offering you, an entrance in your own wisdom. And it works with, two game boards and with cards. But before I show you something, I want to explain how it works and what it can offer you on an archetypical image. And that's the image of this coach. Well, this carriage or coach, whatever you would like to call it. It's an AliExpress coach. And it has a coachman. It should have a passenger, otherwise it won't leave. And it has horses in front of it. And it has the exact amount of horses in front of it, depending on the destination. Only the passenger knows the destination of where it wants to go. And the coachman is, listening to the passenger and guiding the horses towards this destination in the right pace. And with the reins in his hands, so the horses will listen to him. Well, that is something that you will do in the Game of Gifts to make a connection with you, because that is the idea that you are the coach in a way, and you have this passenger that, like I mentioned, the unconscious wisdom that's in you. We see it as the passenger. It knows the destination. It knows what you want to learn and what your true gifts are. There's a coachman. You are the coachman indeed. And we use an archetype with the word king or queen that will have the reins of her horses in her hands, so the horses will go to the destination in the right pace. The horses are the symbol for your talents. And there's also an archetypical number. The game invites you to select 12 or 13. There's one joker in the game. But 12 is an archetypical number, and that's the number of core talents that you have. And they are uniquely connected to the destination that only your passenger knows. So I don't know what your destination is, only you know. I can guide you through this coach tool towards some insight, a roadmap, that will, offers you a compass and helps you on your way through life. Well, when you look at your talents, those are also presented to you in an archetypical way, and that's needed to mislead, so to speak, your cognition, your brain, your critical thinking, and also to really make a deep connection, a profound connection to your inner source, to your wisdom. And there are, lots of talents in the game. To give you an idea, these are the talents that you, a little less than 100, that you will pick 12 from. And to give you an idea, there are talents like the soothsayer. Is that a talent that resonates with you, that you feel that you have, or maybe even you feel resistance with this talent? Also very interesting to research and to feel why that is and what that is telling me and you about you. There's also an innkeeper, a very hospital archetype, but also someone who needs to know his closing hours. Maybe you have difficulty with that. Maybe you don't feel the innkeeper at all. It's all fine. But maybe you start to catch my drift. Teacher, also an archetype that's in this game of gift. And this also doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that you have to be or become a teacher, but it can be a gift. It's not only about your profession, it's also about an attitude, something that's not really in material. It's something in the vibe you set when you enter a room, for example, or how you act between people you love. It also can have an effect. An archetype can also represent a hobby you have, like the collector, for example. Also an archetype. Maybe you love to collect all kinds of stuff and your house is full of them. I'm searching for one last example. For example, the planter. The planter is also an archetype that will, when you pick that, you probably like to grow things, but think also on the non-material level of this, on the meta level of this. For example, you like to grow ideas and you like to plant them in someone or in a company, for example, and then leave because you don't like to maintain the property. Well, these kinds of things is something you will very deeply research through this game. And in the end, it has a few phases. When you researched all your 12 core talents, you will enter the second game board, and that's called the Tree of Life. And in the Tree of Life, you will, see which talents are there to take care of you. You will see which talents your unconsciousness is inviting you to bring into the world, that can do the work in the outside world. And it will tell you which talents are there to, to form your life mission. And that is very helpful to also really formulate a life mission, because it can become the north on your inner compass. And that is what this game can do for you. It can help you become aware of the talents that will take care of you through hobby, through through feeding you with information or doing the right things that really is helpful to you as a person to be the best version of you. It will help you to see if you are doing the right job. Really, in the here and now, are you doing the right job, or is it becoming clear to you why you feel that the job isn't working for you anymore? When you know your mission and you know which talents will serve that mission and which talents will want to work for you in the outer world, then you can feel like there's this wind of change, of good change, is going through your life, and that you are being guided by your inner wisdom. And that is, it even can help you communicate with your spouse. For example, when you have a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend who, and you fight a lot about something, or you discuss a lot and heavily about something, when you both know from which core talent you do that, but which talent is being touched by the other, and from which talent that is the reason for that. Maybe some allergy talent, the talent that I showed you that maybe gave some resistance. When your spouse has this talent that gives you resistance, it's very helpful for you to investigate that, because it can help you communicate with yourself. You can understand what is going on in yourself without judging, and you can also be more understanding and learn to communicate in a more helpful way with your spouse. Well, all these things the Game of Gifts is helpful for. Well, I talked a lot already. I'm going to end this video in a while, but I hope I made it clear what the Game of Gifts can do for you. I also want to invite you to, send me an email, send me a post or a personal message through social media, where you can find me on my full name, Desiree Rombouts. And if you live in the Netherlands, or even if you live abroad, I will warm-heartedly invite you to work with me to find your life mission and feel like you have this inner compass that you can make contact with before and during every difficult or even, well, every choice you have in life, personal, career-wise, or even in your business. If you have further questions, please contact me, and I wish you heaps of love. Bye bye.